If you're thinking about starting a business here in the UK and you're here in the UK, or perhaps you might even be based in another country currently, maybe India, Dubai, US, wherever else in the world, and you're thinking of actually starting a business venture here in the UK, there are certain things you need to be aware of as someone who is thinking about starting a business here in the UK, particularly when it comes to knowing what your responsibilities are when you become a company director of a limited company here in the UK. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Tess and I'm a UK-based qualified accountant, and on this channel I share weekly videos to help fellow entrepreneurs like yourself. If you ever want to work with me on a one-on-one basis, you can do so by using the link down in the description box below. So let's dive straight in then. Once you've registered your company and you are assigned as one of the company directors, one of your main responsibilities is going to include record keeping for that business. By record keeping, I mean the fact that you have to keep accurate records of all the operations of that particular business. Okay, a very good way of doing this is by actually ensuring that you are making sure that you have a separate business bank account that is able to track all the relevant business income coming into that account, as well as tracking the expenses that's related to the business that's coming out of that relevant account. Now, by law, directors are legally required to keep specified registers, books, and records that reflect the operations of the business. Some of the other things that you will have to keep records of include any assets that are owned by the company, as well as any debts that are owed by the company and debts that are owed to the company. It's very important that you are clear on the records you need to keep and that you are making sure that you do your due diligence around this to make sure that you're keeping the right records for as long as you should be. It's very important to get into the habit of maintaining accurate records of all of these things as soon as possible, as failing to actually keep on top of this and needing to provide a particular type of return to Companies House or to HMRC can actually result in you incurring a penalty or indeed a fine. Now, one of the best ways I would personally advise that you use to ensure that you're keeping the right records for the operations of your business is by ensuring that you have a business bank account from the very start of running your business, okay? Because that business bank account will essentially help you segregate what your business income and expenses are and keep that separate away from what your personal income and expenses are. It will also make it very easy to help you do the next part, which I'm going to talk about, which is the fact that you need to ensure that you are keeping on top of all your annual accounts. Okay, so this is another key part of the responsibilities that will be required of you now that you are a company director. Now, one of the crucial parts of your annual accounts is the fact that it heavily relies on you keeping very, very good records in the first place, because a lot of the records that you're keeping throughout the year and over the years will actually be what will help you complete your annual returns to HMRC or to Companies House. So the two actually go hand in hand. It's important that as a company director, you are clear on the links between how good record keeping is for your company and how that is likely to impact the quality of the annual accounts that you submit on a year-to-year basis for your business. Now, the next responsibility you're going to have as a company director is to ensure that you are regularly filing your confirmation statement. Now, this applies whether you're a trading company or you are someone that is non-trading or you're a dormant company. Now, it's very, very important that you are sure of what particular category you fit in. I do already have a video on my channel regarding dormant companies and how to verify whether or not you're a dormant company, so please do make sure you check out that video up on my channel as well. But essentially, your confirmation statement is a statement that basically tells Companies House that all the relevant information that they have regarding your company is up to date. So it's a statement that helps ensure that the records that Companies House keeps regarding your company is accurate and it is up to date. So things like what your correspondence address currently is, what your business address is, who are the relevant company directors that are still at that company versus who are the ones that have gone. Okay, so it is a very, very important document that does have to be kept updated every single year. Now, you must file your confirmation statement at least once every 12 months. Now, the dates that you start this will begin 12 months from the date you incorporated your particular company, or indeed it will start from 12 months based on the last day that you actually submitted your last confirmation statement. Now, it's important to be aware that if you do not file your confirmation statement within 14 days after the relevant review period, then your company and its officers might actually be prosecuted and you might be fined, okay? Another thing that could happen is that your company might actually be struck off Companies House Register, which if you're someone who is heavily trading and you're in business, I'm sure is certainly something that you want to avoid, okay? Now, the other thing I want to let you guys know about when you are looking to become a company director is your VAT returns. Now, this doesn't apply to every company or every business out there, but it's certainly something that you want to be aware about, particularly if your turnover exceeds the threshold of £85,000 per year. Now, your VAT returns is something that you would typically be required to file to HMRC as someone who's a company director of that business that you're running. So it's very important that you are clear on where your turnover threshold lies so that you can register for VAT, okay? Now, typically your VAT returns are due every quarter, so this should be quite straightforward enough for you to keep on top of. Of course, these are just a few things that you need to be aware of as a company director of a UK limited company. If you have any questions at all, please do use the link directly in the bottom of the description box to get in touch with me. If you haven't already done so, please give this video a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.